the functions that I would like to discuss now are, okay, fine. I'll just go on in a flow. All right. Now, we have a function called head. So what is that head? Let's see. Data frame dot head. This will give the first 5 rows of a data set. This will give the first 5 rows of a data set. Anyhow, we have only 4 rows, so that's the reason it is showing all the 4 rows. But if you consider the whole data set, like you have 1,000 rows or 10,000 rows, this will get the first 5 rows. And if you want to see first 100 rows, you can directly put 100 are not there, but you can put 100. If you want to see first 200, you can put 200. If you want to see just the first row, you can put it as 1. This is like grabbing the first 5 rows. In the same way, we have another function which is data frame dot tail. Data frame dot tail will give last 5 rows of a function. Last 5 rows of a, not function, I'm sorry, the data set. Last 5 rows. Now, if you want to see the last row, you can put it as 1. So the last row will be shown. Or if you want to see the last 2 rows, you can see this, right? And if you want to see any middle rows or something else, it will be giving you an error. So it says it takes only one argument, but you have given the different arguments for this. All right. Now we have another function called describe. Describe. Data frame dot describe. So if you see, you can find the statistical relationships. So in revenue, there are 5 values. So the mean of that revenue column is 1, 2, 4, 5. The standard deviation is 0. The minimum is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25% is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50% is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 75% is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Max is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll tell you what are these 25, 50, 75 while I am dealing with visualizations. All right. But, and coming to, you know what mean is? What standard deviation? Standard deviation is nothing but sum of summation, sigma of input observations minus mean whole square. Input observations minus mean whole square. So here 1, 2, now the standard deviation will become 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole square for the first one. The second one also plus whole square plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3, 5. Because mean we know, right? Mean is 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5 only. So the value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus mean whole square plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus mean whole square plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole square, like that. So that's the reason you got 0 as the value. Now here also the same thing. So what is the mean here? 35250. Yes or no? 35250. So now 45,000 minus 35250 whole square plus 7,000 minus 35250 whole square plus 80,000 minus something. So if you add all the things, you will get this value as the standard deviation. So now did you understand? Now did you understood what standard deviation is, right? And minimum is nothing but what is the minimum value in it. So in this population, 7,000 is the minimum value. Maximum value is 80 something, 80,000 or 8 lakh something like that, right? So describe will give you the statistical information and then tell you what are all this statistical information while I am dealing with visualization. This is another value. Now we have another function called unique. So data frame dot unique. So you have to give the column name also. So let's see states. States dot unique. What happened? States. If you see, the unique values in the states column are India, Germany, and Pakistan. So if you see this data frame, so what are the unique values you have? India, Germany, and Pakistan. Even though India is got repeated twice, I mean thrice, but it is a unique value, right? So the unique value is India, Germany, and Pakistan. So unique will give what are all the unique values that are there in the data set. In the same way, you can also check that for your revenue also. So the dot unique, it is 1 2 3 4 5. That means it only has one unique value, right? In the same way, population also you can check. Data frame population. So it has all the 5 different unique values. That's what it will give. Now, you have another function called value counts. So let's suppose I take this dot value underscore counts. So it will give how many times these values are getting repeated. So India got repeated thrice in the states column. Germany got repeated only once. Pak got repeated only once. And let's see that for the second column, which is revenue. So it says this value got repeated five times. So if you see what is that max value, that is 5. I mean 5 times that max value is getting repeated. So it says 3 is the maximum value. Understood? So these are some of the functions of the data frame. So likewise, we have concatenated the arrays. We can also concatenate data frames. So let's see how do we concatenate the data frames now. So you have concatenate function, right? So you can use the same thing, concatenate or join or merge or concatenate. Now, let's suppose I have a data frame like this. df1 is equal to pd dot data frame of, in a dictionary, or let's say A B is equal to V naught. I'm just giving an example. How do you concatenate it, guys? You can use any numbers over here. V3, comma, C, C naught, C1, C2, C3. Let's suppose I have 3 rows and 4 columns. All right. And here I am giving the index. First of all, I have to put a dictionary over here. Dictionary. And in that dictionary, I would like to copy all the things and put it in the dictionary. Comma. Index is equal to 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. So just execute this. Zero, 1, 2, 3. So we have 4, right? So you not C2, C3, C4. So now if you see DF1, you got in this way. So 3 columns and 4 rows. In the same way, what I am doing, I am taking another data set. I'm just copying this. I'm just pasting it over here. Right? So here instead of here we have how many? 3, right? So here I'll take A4, A5, A6, A7, B1, B2, B3, B6, C4, C5, C6, and C7. And I give this this indexes as 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just execute this. So this is DF2. This is DF1. This is DF2. Now I would like to add or concatenate these two data frames. So how do I do is pd dot concat of in a list df1 comma df2. Just execute this. Only series and data frames objects are valid. If you see, all those got concatenated. in a row. Yes. Now if suppose you want to concatenate that in a column, comma, axis is equal to 1. Now if you see, there are some sort of nan values over here because it only have A, B and C. I mean, we have only columns A, B and C, right? So these are index numbers are not 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's the reason in the 0, 1, 2, 3 nan got replaced. In the 4, 5, 6, 7 nan got replaced. Did you understand this, guys? So in the DF1 we have only indexes as 0, 1, 2, 3. In the DF2 we have 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So we are concatenating DF1 and DF2. So in DF2, you don't have indexes as, you don't have the values for index 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's the reason nan values got replaced here. In the same way, in DF1, you don't have 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the reason 4, 5, 6, 7 got replaced with nan. Understood, guys? So this is how you will be using concatenation in the pandas data frame. Concatenation in the pandas data frame. All right, guys. Yes, Krishna Vamsi, you can concatenate with any number of rows. If you use axis is equal to 0, that means rows. So defaultly, if you don't give axis is equal to 1, that means it is using axis is equal to 0 itself, Monisha. Okay. Now here I have created a data frame. Yes or no? But we don't create these data frames and run it or do some sort of an analysis. Yes or no? So now what I will show you is how do you read the CSV format or Excel format. Anyhow, we will do the practicals in the while doing this algorithm building and all, but I'll show you how do you use this pandas data frame, this pandas to read the data sets. All right, so you'll have Excel sheets as well as CSV sheets, right? So now I will read the Excel sheet. Okay, so how do you read it? So I am creating a variable called data set is equal to pd dot read underscore CSV. No, you cannot concatenate that, Mahima. Whenever you are concatenating, make sure DF1 has same number of rows and same number of columns, as well as DF2 has same number of rows and columns. So if you concatenate like that, it says these are not matching, so I cannot concatenate. All right. The matrix should be same. Now, so I want to read a CSV file. How can I read it? I have a function which is called as pd.read underscore CSV of the data set name. So right now I have so many data sets which are there in different locations. So let's see, I would like to read let's suppose I want to read this bike buyer data set. Okay, so first of all I have to copy this path where my data set is, dot, and you have to add that bike buyer 1.csv, bike buyer 1.csv. So E May 4th RCIP 2020 supervised leaning, this is my path. So basically your Python will consider this as, you are aware of these things, right? Slash n, slash t. What are all these called as? Slash n, slash t. What are all these called as? Escape characters. Yes or no? So whenever you say this slash and May 4th RCIP, it thinks that you are giving some sort of escaping characters. So whenever you read this, it will give an error saying that file does not exist. That means it feels that those are escape characters. So that's the reason you have to make it understand that that's not the escape characters, but it is a raw string. So for that you have to put it as R. Now just execute this. Your data set is read. Now call the data set. If you see this, can you find this one and this one as similar, guys? So it has column names. Yes, it has column names. It has row indexes. Yes, it has row indexes. Now, your CSV data is a data frame. If you want to see the type of data set, type of data set is data frame. Raw string Vaishnavi is data frame. Now you can apply all the functions which I have discussed before. So what are all the functions that I've discussed? Data set. I'm just showing you this, guys. We will do this anyhow while we are doing the practicals. But if you want to do the parallelly, you can do if you have any other data set in your system. So data set dot head. So I said that data set dot head will give the first 5 rows. Yes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. In the same way, tail will give last 5 rows. So how many rows do I have? 6,996. Now let's see whether there are any missing values or not. How can you check there are missing values or not? Data set dot is null dot any. Let's see this one first, any. So it will give like this. So can you see where are the missing values? No. So that's the reason I have to put it as dot any. If you execute this, it says in ID you have missing value, in marital status you have missing value, in gender you have missing values, everything. Now you can also check the sum. So here in marital status you have 16 null values, in gender you have 29 null values. So we have 6,996 rows. If suppose, let's suppose gender has 5,000 null values, then you can directly drop the gender column. So how can you drop the gender column, guys? How can you drop the gender column? How can you drop? What is the function is used to drop the column? That is for missing values, Navya. Drop NA is used for dropping the missing values columns. I'm not talking about drop NA. I'm just talking about deleting the column using drop. So you can directly use drop, or you can also use drop NA. But if you use drop NA, wherever you have null values, all the columns will be deleted. Yes, data set dot drop of gender equal to true, right? And in the same way you can also check what, so here we have marital status, right? So you don't know what are all the unique values that are there in the marital status. So what I do, data set dot unique data set of marital status not unique. You have to give a parenthesis here. Says single, married, and nan. So nan will be anyhow replaced with either single or married. In the same way, you can also see that in occupation. So there are clerical, professional, management, skilled, manual. So these are the different kinds of unique values that are there in occupation. So whatever the functions that I've discussed, you can apply that to the data sets over here. So this is what all about your pandas, guys. Understood, everyone? Now it's the doubt session. If you have any doubts, you can directly ask. And a task for you now. A task. Just 15 minutes time I'll give you. Create a data frame which contains 10 rows and 10 columns. Make 2 columns out of 10 columns. Make 2 columns as textual data and remaining as numerical data. So this is the task for you guys. So do this. Create a data frame which contains 10 rows and 10 columns. Out of 10 columns, make 2 columns as textual data and remaining as numerical data. Incorporate missing values in any of the columns given, and one should be one column. The textual column should have missing values for sure. Apply all the functions which we've discussed above. 15 minutes time. Do it. Let's see who will give it first.